Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about terminal operator. And as you know already that terminal operator are used to collect the data from the flow. Okay, we have seen in our previous example that we have used collect terminal operator to collect the data from the flow, which is the most basic form of terminal operator. And in this video, we will again revise the collect terminal operator, and then we will see the launch in terminal operator, and we will see how their behavior are different. So to see all this thing, let's jump to our Android Studio, and then at last we will conclude this slide. Okay, friends, so we have seen this example as part of our first video, and I will give you a quick revision of this example. In this example, we are creating a number inside a fake repository. So you can see there is one flow builder where we are generating one number. We are emitting one number every 2 seconds. Okay. Now this is the flow, and we can collect the flow using a terminal operator. So we have collected this flow inside a default view model using a dot collect terminal operator. Okay. And while collecting the value, we have set the new value on this variable underscore number, which is of type mutable state of. And eventually we are setting this number to underscore number to number variable, which is of type state. Now we are exposing this number to our main activity. So you can see here we have exposed this value, and whenever there will be any changes on this variable and number, it will get reflected on the UI. So let me run the program to see the behavior, and then we will start to our real problem to see the difference between collect and launchIn. So inside the logcat, you can see number is getting generated 1, 2, 3. This is the log which we are printing. 4, 5, and also here you can see the values getting updated every 2 seconds. Perfect. Okay, friends. So we already know that we are using dot collect terminal operator to collect the flow. So what will happen if we will collect the two flow inside the same coroutine scope? What does that mean? So if you will see the code view model scope dot launch, this view model scope dot launch is providing the coroutine scope. Okay. And inside the same coroutine scope, if we will collect the two flow using a collect terminal operator, what is going to happen? Let's run the code to see the behavior. So 1, 2, 3. So I believe this is getting collected first. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Now it is starting collection for this one second flow. So what is the conclusion? So conclusion is first it is collecting the first flow. Once first flow execution is getting completed, it will resume the, or it will start the collection of the second flow. Okay. So why it is happening so? It is happening so because this collect is suspending in nature. Okay. And it will suspend the coroutine until this execution will get completed, the one which I have highlighted. Once this will get completed, then it will start the execution of second one. So due to its suspending nature, due to this collect suspending nature, it is getting executed sequentially. So consider a case where I am having two APIs. API number one, which we are calling from the server, and this is the API to which we are calling. Both these API are independent. Both are not dependent on each other. So there is no point to wait for execution of first API and then start second API execution because they are independent. So what how we can tackle such situation, how we can collect both this flow simultaneously in parallel. So to do that, we can use launch in operator. Let's see how we can do that. Now we will modify this code, and instead of using dot collect operator, we will use launch in operator. So first what we will do, we will remove this collect and we will add on each, and then we will use launchIn operator, and inside this we have to pass the scope, so I will pass this. Similarly, we will do the same thing for the second flow on each, and then we have to launch in, and then inside launchIn I am passing scope this. So we can see here that this is the coroutine scope. and inside this coroutine scope, we are collecting two flows using a launchIn operator. Okay, and inside this launchIn, I am passing this. This is referring to this coroutine scope. Okay, let's run the code to see the behavior now. Perfect. So now code execution has been started, and I can see both of them is getting collected in parallel. One, two, three, and then four, five, six, and so on. So now what is the difference between collect and launch in terminal operator? So one is pretty straightforward, that inside the collect operator, uh, the flow is getting collected sequentially, and inside the launch in terminal operator, flow are getting collected in parallel. Okay, there is one more difference. Collect are always suspending in nature. So you can see this is suspending in nature. However, launch in are not. Also, this collect is basically a shorthand for terminal operator, which we were using. You might be wondering that right now, in this case, we are using collect function. Earlier, we were using collect with open and closing curly braces. So this is basically a shorthand for that collect terminal operator. So if you will hover your cursor here, you can see it is a shorthand for collect. Okay, now similarly, this launchIn is also a shorthand for flow.collect. Okay, so if you will see, this launchIn is doing the same thing. It is calling the collect function internally. You can see here scope.launch flow.collect. So this is the same thing. View model scope.launch and then generate number using flow.collect. So internally, this launch in is doing the same thing. It is calling flow.collect method. So with that, to conclude, I recommend using launchIn because it is not blocking the coroutines, and also it has capability to run multiple flows in parallel, and also it bring benefit while we do the testing of the code. Now there may be a question like, when we will use the collect. Avoid collect as much as you can, and there is one use case where you can use the collect. For instance, there is two API call, and the response of API call 1 need to be passed to the API call 2. Then in that case we can use dot collect operator. But again, I recommend using launchIn as much as possible, because dot collect are sequential in nature and they are blocking the coroutine. Okay, friends. So we have already discussed about collect and launch in terminal operator, and might be already aware that there are few more terminal operator which we are going to discuss. So just to demonstrate all those terminal operator, first I want to tell you that I have created one function main, and inside this main I have created one flow. Okay. Now uh, I will print the function first. Print ln, and I will change this flow to list. Okay, so let's call this flow data, and then we can directly call to list. Okay, now it is complaining, so basically we have to declare the main function as a suspend. Perfect. So this is the to list. So what we have done, we have changed this flow data in the form of list. Okay, now let's run the program to see the behavior. Meanwhile, we will copy this code and we'll paste it for demonstration of toSet. So this is toSet. So we can clearly see this has been changed in the form of list. Let's run the program to see the set behavior. Then again, I will copy paste the code and I will mark it as first. So in this line we will get a response 1. Here we will in the set, we will like set will eliminate the duplicate value. So here 1 2 3 4 5, all the duplicate value has been eliminated. 1 1 1 1 and 2 2 has been eliminated, so only single value will come in the result. Okay, now in flow data dot first we will get 1 in this response, because in this list 1 is the first element. Let's run this one. There is also last and first or null. There are many more, so you can do experiment on that as well. So this is one. Now if we want to add some predicate also, say I just want the even number. So what we can do, we can add the filter. Okay, and we can mention here that if number is, what is the first even number that we need to return. So in this case, first even number is 2. So if we will run this code, 2 should come in the answer. Okay, this is 2. Perfect. Now, if we want to reduce it, so how reduce work? Let's see. Flow data, and then we can call reduce. Reduce basically has the accumulator and the number. So what we can do, we can multiply this number, for example. So accu into num. So we can multiply this both number accu and num. So whatever will be the uh, result. For example, accu is initially say 1. So it will get multiplied by this 2, 1, 2, and then 2 will be the result which will get in the accumulator. Okay, this is accumulator. And then 3 to just 6 will be there in the accumulator. Then new number will come 4. So 6 4 the 24 will go to the accumulator. So if you will run this, you will see 240. So if you will multiply all this number, the result will be 240. What is fold? So here inside the accumulator, we are not giving any initial value. So if you want to give the initial value to accumulator, say 2, so it will do the calculation by taking this initial value 2. So 2 will be the number first number, and then 2 will get multiplied with this 1. So 2 1 ja 2. Then that will get sent to the accumulator, and then 2 2 ja 4. So initial value is 2. So basically we will get 240 into 2 is 480 will be the response. So this is the 480. There are many more terminal operator, like we can also use last, something like this. Also we can use first or null. So for example, this flow is returning some number. There may be a case that this flow is returning null. So in that case, we can use first or null. Okay. So these are the few terminal operator, and I hope now you are having a pretty good idea how you can play with the flow and with the terminal operator. So with that, to conclude, terminal operators are used to collect the flow, and the most common form of terminal operator is the collect operator. And there are few more terminal operator which we have discussed in this video. And the very important one is the difference between the collect operator and launchIn operator. So just to conclude, collect operators are suspending in nature, however, launchIn are not. And also collect operator run in sequence, and launch in run in parallel, and also launch in bring the flexibility while doing the testing of the code. So in my opinion, please use launch in always if there is no hard dependency for any use case to use the collect operator. So with that, I'm ending this video, and thank you so much for watching the video. And please do not forget to like and subscribe my channel. And till the time, stay tuned on my channel for further videos. Many thanks.